Oh, because Tuesdays we got Pete to join us. And well, lo and behold, we got that coming off the weekend, long weekend. Do you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, Pete?
I did. I was in North Dakota for my nephew's high school graduation. So
Oh,
I was.
how much cake did you eat?
They actually, well, they did have a small cake, but his grandma made cupcakes that
Oh,
were, yeah. I had a couple. I had a couple. They had pulled pork, and I ate a lot of
oh,
that.
man. That's like the go-to on a graduation, isn't it? It's the pulled
Uh,
pork.
Fine with me. It's one of my favorite food groups.
Yeah. Has there ever been a graduation you went to that didn't have pulled pork and had something different?
Oh yeah, no, I've been to several where, well, my other nephew just last year, maybe 2 years ago, they had like oh, what's it called? Cane's chicken fingers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've gone to 'em where they have, the, walking tacos.
Yeah.
I think that's always a big one. Yeah, I think that's actually the main ones right there.
Right.
Yeah, yep. I think I went to one where they had Buffalo Wild Wings too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I almost just pulled a chair up to the table and let people walk around me as I just ate.
Yeah, when you got multiple graduations and you almost you eat and eat and eat, then you get to a point and you go, I can't eat. No, it's not because I don't want to eat your food; it's because I'm full.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't been to graduations for a couple of years now. Been
Oh,
invited,
really?
yeah, I've been invited to different ones, but
Yeah.
never works out with the schedule because I'm always gone or what.
Right. Yeah, no, I had one in town a couple of weeks ago and then this one, and I think that's it for this year for me.
Really, just a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, and then next year I've got my last nephew to graduate from high school, and
Huh.
which really kind of makes you look at how many calendar pages I've turned.
Right? I know. You go, wow. I was how old when the first one I went to?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Well, depending on how they're spaced out, you get them going, graduate from high school, and then you get them to the last one graduates from high school. Then you start all over again with the college graduations.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. No, it's fun though. It's fun to see them grow and fun to see them get those accomplishments and exciting to see what's next.
Yeah. A lot of you. How many times have you heard people say, "I can't wait to get out of here"?
Right.
And
Yeah.
then how many people show back up at home?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, everybody's different. Everybody looks at the next step differently, but it's uh it's a personal preference and everybody can do it different ways and still be pretty dang successful.
Yeah. You ever have them go, "How'd you do it, Uncle Pete?"
Yeah. No, not really. They think I'm too old. No, they don't. I'm obviously biased, but I've got some pretty cool nephews and nieces, and they're all pretty, actually very successful, and it's fun to watch.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Following Uncle Pete's footsteps. Uh,
yeah, we'll go with that.
trying to make it sound good.
There you go.
Over the weekend, construction stopped, or did some of that still going on a little bit?
No, there's some that continued on, like the I-35 reconstruction project. I haven't talked to anybody to make sure, but when for Thursday, they were planning to work all weekend
Really?
through Memorial Day. I know I've mentioned it before. They've crushed or broken up all the concrete, and before they can crush it, they have to remove all the rebar from it.
Hmm.
And those sections of interstate were double reinforced with rebar, and there's literally miles and miles of rebar they got to pull out of the concrete. So yeah, from what I understand, they worked all weekend to try to get some more of that taken care of, so they can get it crushed and move to the next phase where they start getting the sub base ready. And believe they're hoping to start paving that in July. So
Hmm.
yeah, they're once they get going on some of these projects, they're on a mission.
Yeah. Have they ever got into a project and thought, what were they doing? Like some.
Yeah, how did they build this 40, 50 years ago or whatever?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sure they have. Yeah, I'm sure. And there's so many projects too where we've got what they're called as builts. So when the project's done, they'll take the plans and make sure that if they added something or if something had to be done differently in the field, they will change them. Well,
Mm,
a lot of times they'll take these as-built, which again are, minimum sometimes 50, 60 years old,
sure.
and they'll start working or digging up storm sewer and they run into a concrete structure that wasn't on the as-builts. And so yeah, that happens very frequently. So
Wow.
yeah, it's an adventure.
How many, and you guys keep all the plans obviously throughout the years. How far back does it go? Like in certain areas?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. Boy, I would guess some of them go back to close to 100 years.
Really?
Yeah, depending on the a lot of these bridges have stood for a long, long time, so those plans go way back. Kind of interesting, the bridge that the bridge that we have imploded over in Lansing and now building the new one. One of the challenges with that one was we weren't positive what the old piers were sitting on as far as footings because that bridge was built by a private company. And when the states of Iowa and Wisconsin took that bridge over, they didn't get the original plans.
Oh,
So we weren't positive. It's kinda crazy. We were pretty sure, well, we had done, like, some
stuff.
testing and stuff and knew it was on, like, timber piling,
Oh,
and we were estimating that it was on piling that were, and I can't remember now, I wanna say 40, 50 feet deep pilings. And do you know how they came to that total?
huh.
That's how tall the trees were in the area. And
Really?
we figured, they would use the trees in the area for the timber piling. So yeah, I
No.
mean, it's pretty amazing what they can come up with just by doing some of the testing and just taking in the surroundings and putting it all together.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It's really interesting to me anyway.
Well, yeah, because I mean, look at the technology and the different things that have come about in the last 100 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that bridge was built in 1931, so yeah, it's almost 100 years. So yeah, and the fact that they were able to build that bridge in 1931 and a lot of these other structures, it's mind-blowing. I just can't imagine how they made it work, but they did. They did it, and it stood for almost 100 years, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a now. Why was it imploded? Why did you get rid of it?
Oh, there's a lot of different things. It was getting to the point where it needed a bunch of repairs
Oh,
and updating, and putting that type of money into the repairs wasn't worth it compared to building a new bridge. And that old bridge was lanes on a highway normally are 12 feet wide.
hmm.
That bridge in total was 21 feet wide.
Oh,
So
nice.
it was very narrow.
Yeah.
It was still semi-traffic still used it. It was still holding up to semi-traffic and everything, but bottom line, it was just time. There were so many different things that we could improve. Another one was the distance between the Pier 1 and Pier 2 in the river. That's obviously a main traffic way for barges,
Sure.
and it was considered one of the hardest turns in the Mississippi River from St. Paul to New Orleans.
Wow.
And so we increased width because of new technology and because of the way we can build a bridge. We increased the width another 100 feet. So they have more space to make that turn. We worked with barge captains. We had simulators for them to drive during the design process and before we built it. So
Really?
yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of changes for the better, and hopefully that bridge will stand for at least another 100 years.
I was going to say, how long is this one expected to stand?
At least 100 years.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. No,
it is. It really, really is. And it's just an amazing project to see. It's just incredible. Every single one of those steel beam pieces have been set piece by piece, one by one, and then they have to be bolted in. If I remember right, there's like 150,000 bolts that go into that bridge.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like I said, it's been a incredible project to watch, and we've got about a year left. We're getting closer.
It's a lot of holes in that bridge, Pete. If you got about
Mm,
150,000 bolts.
yes, yes. But And just think, they only not only have to be put in, but then they have to be tested too to make sure they're torqued right and everything.
Yeah. Are those grade 8 bolts? Is that what those are?
I think they're probably higher than that. The other thing, each one of those steel beams was manufactured in Gary, Indiana,
Oh,
and
really?
then has to be trucked up here.
Sure.
And yeah, so it's like I said, it's been an impressive and just unbelievable project to watch.
That is cool. That is cool. What other projects you got since I got you on with that one?
Totally off a tangent there.
It was good information though, Pete.
Good. That's what I need to hear.
I
And
think
I know real quick, if we're talking about it, there's a Facebook page, Mississippi River Bridge at Lansing,
okay.
where you can follow the progress of it. I get over there when I can and get drone shots of the construction and the progress and everything. So that's fun to watch. And then there's also a website for that project. Just go to iowadot.gov/Lansing Bridge, and there's a live cam where you can watch the
Watch.
live progress going on. And so yeah, it's had a lot of interest. Every time I put up a construction post on that page,
Sure.
gets over 200,000 views.
Wow.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's the interest in that project from across the country, just because it's such a unique bridge and a unique design. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun, and tangent over.
There you go. So other small projects
Yeah.
what else do you have going on?
Well, they're only small projects, Jay, if they don't affect your daily travel.
Right.
Speaking of which, US 65, the bridge south of Rockwell, today is the day where it gets closed. So they will be closing it. The detour will go into place, and hope to have that thing back open by mid-August. So we'll, like I said, we were able to do some work underneath the bridge, do some of the footing work and things like that without closing it, which was awesome. So it wouldn't have, that started in March. We normal, quote unquote, normal bridges, we almost always have to close right away. But so we've been able to keep it open for at least a couple months to minimize the amount of time you have to use the detour. But that happens today, and hopefully we'll have it open by mid-August. Also, the 3 Rockwell bridges that we built several years ago,
Mhm.
we are going to be doing some work, some maintenance work on those to seal cracks in the deck, which is just very commonplace to have happen after this amount of time. And that starts today as well. So there will be a pilot car and flagger in those areas. So 65 between Mason City and Sheffield's gonna be busy with construction. But the good news is that it's only going to take about about 2 weeks to finish up. So it'll be short lived on that part. I guess go to the ones in Mason City on 122. We're paving at Monroe, working towards getting that done. We're putting the new traffic signals up at Monroe, so that should hopefully we'll have Monroe open by the second week of June. Highway 65 still doing a lot of the storm sewer and sanitary sewer. Some dirt work on the north end of the project. We hope to be paving on the north end of the project by mid-June.
That's a McDonald's area, right?
That's the McDonald's area, correct? Yep, from 19th Street South. Manly, we were up there a couple weeks ago and did some resurfacing at the intersection of 65 and 9. They'll be back in there today to do the paint markings, and they should be done with that by tomorrow. Osage on the carryover project from last year on Highway 9 and 218. There's a little bit of sod work left. They got to do some painting. They should be done with that project by the end of the week. Highway 9 from 218 to Riceville, the patching is done. Now they're doing some work with the culverts. There will only be shoulder closure, so you won't have any pilot car and flagger in that area now for about 2 to 3 weeks. We'll let you know when that returns as they start doing more work for the asphalt resurfacing. The I-35 painting is still continuing. They should be done with that by June 11th. Later this week, we've talked about this previously as well. Contractor will be in to work on I-35 at the Clear Lake portion of it. Sorry, right before the 194 exit ramp. They've got to do some work on the bridge there. So that will be starting later this week. The Avenue of the Saints, the cross stitch project we told you about, where they're working to make sure some of the cracking in there is fixed and doesn't advance. That's still going on into early July. Paved shoulder project. We just need to paint the lines between Rudd and Floyd. That should be done sometime in June. The bridge approaches about a mile east of US 65 on the Avenue of the Saints. They're going to be doing some work on those later this week. Again, that'll be a lane closure, and it should only last a couple days, but it's just something new to be aware of. Garner, hope to have that project wrapped up by the end of July. They're still doing the driveways and trail work. First week of June, they should be in there to groove in and put in the new paint. And then Sexton to Algona, they're still doing the turn lane work to the east of Algona. They finished one of the intersections. They're now moved to the next one. They hope to have the paving done on that by mid-June. Still some dirt work and shoulder work to do, so that one will probably go into mid to late July before it's wrapped up.
That's it?
That's it. That's a lot of words after a long weekend, Jay.
Exactly. How about the turn lights in Garner?
The traffic signals there?
Yeah.
Yep. They will be probably going on the second week of June.
Okay.
We have to. It's a great question, Jay. I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
It's just because you have family there and you go there all the time, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm very observant too.
Oh, okay. We have to put down the new stop bars.
Oh, okay.
And once those stop bars go down, the cameras that sense traffic, the contractor can then aim those where they need to be once they have the stop bars down and they have the exact locations. So once they get the stop bars down and they get the cameras adjusted, then they'll be able to put those traffic signals into use.
What are stop bars?
The white lines on the pavement at like a stop sign or traffic signal where you're supposed to stop.
Oh, and if you don't, you roll through it a little bit. It doesn't really catch your car, and then so that's why you sit at the stoplight a little bit longer.
Yeah. If you get a little bit past the stop bar, it will probably sense you. But there are times where people will stop too far back.
Oh,
now it's not as bad as it used to be with the older signals and older technology, because you can hopefully make the range of vision, I guess, on those cameras a little bit wider to pick that up. But that's why it's really important when you see a sign that says, stop here, or when you see those stop bars, especially at traffic signals, especially at some of the temporary traffic signals that we have up.
right.
If it says stop here, pull up to that line, because otherwise it might take longer for the traffic signal to sense that you're there and change the lights.
What about somebody said years ago? Maybe you still do it. I don't know, but is there a weight thing too on over there?
It's not a weight thing, but there used to be used. You would see like, I don't even know what kind of shape you want to call it, kind of like a diamond shape cut into the pavement at like stoplights.
Yeah.
Not at temporary stoplights, but at the permanent ones. And yeah, they would sense a vehicle as you drove over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was more or less a magnetic thing.
Oh,
But yeah, but the cameras have proven to be more effective, and you can do more with them. So
until the wind blows them out of whack.
yeah, well, hopefully they tighten, what do you say, those grade A bolts down and make sure that it doesn't. And I am just going to say this right now. The traffic cameras that we're talking about, and they're not even traffic cameras, like sensory cameras, are not the red light running cameras. We do not have any of those up in our area. I believe Waterloo, I don't know if Cedar Falls does, but there are a few. But like the ones up here and the ones going in Garner, we do not have any cameras that are going to take a picture of you running a red light and sending you a ticket.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Anything else so important today, Pete? Yeah, but you covered a lot today.
I did cover a lot today. 511 sites, again, especially now that we're getting into the summer travel season. And the other thing too is starting Memorial Day to Labor Day. It's got the unfortunate name of the 100 deadliest days on the highways.
Yeah.
Just because there is so much more travel. Be careful. Check those sites. Like I said, I was I was up in North Dakota this weekend, and yeah, I ran through road construction in the cities and a little bit, well, all the way up to North Dakota. There was different spots, but
Sure.
it was nothing bad where I knew it was going to, you know, make me sit and wait. So I was able to go through it. So yeah, use those sites. Doesn't matter what state you're going through. They're all there. They're all active. So make sure you use them. They're a great way to plan your trip.
And slow down again, like Pizza mentioned about the whole construction. They just had a thing. I saw it on the news, Pete. I don't know if it's all over the country or if they just did a certain spot, but they had construction workers or police officers dressed as like construction workers to catch anybody that was like speeding through some of that stuff.
That's, you know, I don't really think we have done any of that. We will do extra patrols through
Mhm.
work zones. There are some of our work zones, especially on interstate, where we will write into the contract extra money for law enforcement
Sure.
to, you know, be in the area. So yeah, they're out there, and it's a great tool. Just their presence will slow people down, and that's the goal. So we appreciate their help, and it's bottom line is we want everybody to be safe, from the people who are driving to the construction workers. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely. All right, Pete. Lots we caught up on here this week, so we'll have just as much next week too.
Probably. Although some of these projects are really short, so hopefully I can talk about the ending of them quick.
There you go. There you go. Pete, have yourself a great week. All right.
Hey, you do the same, Jay.
That's the good stuff.